Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Around the World Today. I'm your host, Terry Davies, and we are continuing our journey through the British overseas territories. In this part of series, we are covering the strategic importance of Gibraltar, the rugged beauty of the Falkland Islands, and last time we explored Bermuda's rise as a financial powerhouse. Today, we're heading to the Caribbean and to the British Virgin Islands. The British Virgin Islands, or BVI, may be known for its stunning beaches, its crystal clear waters, and luxurious resorts. But behind the beauty lies one of the most important offshore financial centres in the world. However, this idyllic paradise also faces significant challenges, partially in the realm of environmental sustainability and climate resilience. So, how does the BVI balance its booming financial sector with the pressing issues of environmental preservation and climate change? That's what we'll be discussing in today's episode, so stay with us. Let's start by looking at the British Virgin Islands economy, which has two main pillars: financial services and tourism. Like Bermuda, the BVI also carved out a niche as a major offshore financial hub, partially in the area of corporate services and trust law. The territory is a global leader in corporations with tens of thousands of businesses registered here. One of the key reasons for BVI's success in the sector is its regulatory environment, which offers flexibility and privacy to international corporations. Many businesses are attracted to the BVI's zero tax regime on corporation profits, income, and capital gains tax, making it an attractive jurisdiction for investment funds, trust services, and insurance companies. However, the BVI's status as a tax haven has drawn criticism from international bodies like the European Union and organisations advocating for tax transparency in recent years. BVI has had to navigate the process to improve transparency and implement international standards for financial reporting. Tourism, the jewel of the Caribbean. Tourism remains the other cornerstone of BVI's economy. The islands are a premier destination for luxury travel, attracting visitors with their beaches, selected coves, and excellent sailing conditions. In fact, that the British Virgin Islands is known as the sailing capital of the world. Each year, it hosts the British Virgin Islands Spring Regatta, which draws sailors from across the globe. Visitors welcome to the British Virgin Islands not only for the beautiful landscapes, but also the world-class resorts and private islands like Virgin Gorora and Anlenia offer some gateways, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, some gateways, while the main island, Tora Talora, provides a more bustling atmosphere with a variety of attractions, shops, and restaurants. However, as with many Caribbean destinations, tourism in the British Virgin Islands has been heavily impacted by recent global events, including COVID-19. The territory has had to adapt by promoting ecotourism and sustainability and sustainable travel to ensure that the long-term viability of this important sector. Now, let's talk about the environment. The British Virgin Islands are blessed with incredible natural beauty, but the beauty is fragile. Like many island nations, the British Virgin Islands is extremely vulnerable to climate change. Rising sea levels are more frequent hurricanes, and coral reef degradation are just a few of the challenges that the territory faces. The devastating 2017 hurricane season, partially Hurricane Irma, left a lasting mark on the British Virgin Islands. Infrastructure was severely damaged, homes and businesses were destroyed, and the economy took a significant hit. But the British Virgin Islands has shown resilience in face of adversity, and recovery efforts have been impressive. However, the looming threat of a more frequent and intense storms is a consistent reminder that the territory's natural environment is at risk. The British Virgin Islands government and local organisations have taken steps to improve climate resilience, from building stronger infrastructure to promoting renewable energy sources. There has also been a strong focus on marine conservation, with efforts to protect the coral reefs and marine life that are crucial not only for biodiversity, but also for the tourism industry. Governance and the autonomy of the British Virgin Island unique status. Let's touch now on the governance of the British Virgin Islands. So, the British Virgin Islands is a British overseas territory. Like other British overseas territories, it has its own government and constitution. However, the United Kingdom retains the responsibility for defence, foreign affairs and international security. In recent years, there have been some tensions between local government and the UK over issues like financial regulation and transparency. There's something turning up here, isn't there, people? The local government operates under a parliamentary system, with a premier serving as head of government. There's a growing conversation in the British Virgin Islands about the future of its relationship with the UK, especially as the territory seeks more autonomy over financial services and environmental policies. At the same time, the British Virgin Islands recognises the benefits of its connection to the United Kingdom, partially in the terms of disaster relief and international diplomacy. The future of its relationship will depend on how both local and UK governments handle evolving political and economical challenges, balancing growth with sustainability. So, how does the British Virgin Islands move forward? It's clear that the territory has a successful economy around services within the financial industry and tourism. But maintaining this success will require careful balance. The British Virgin Islands is facing increased international scrutiny regarding its role in the offshore finance world. And at the same time, it must address environmental sustainability in the face of climate change. The government focuses on diversification, partially through renewable energy and sustainable tourism, will be key. There is also a push to create policies that not only protect the environment, but also encourage economic resilience. Ultimately, the British Virgin Islands' ability to adapt to global challenges while preserving its unique character and natural beauty will determine its future. And that's it for today's episode. The British Virgin Islands may be a small territory, but it plays a significant role on the global stage, balancing its thriving financial sector and with the challenges of environmental preservation. Do you know, I would love to go there. I really would. Because there is an American Virgin Islands as well, US Virgin Islands, UK Virgin Islands. I wonder if, like, they probably wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Allow the US Virgin Islands to actually become a state and just call them the Virgin Islands. You know, and that would be lovely. One state. But however, they should stay British. The US Virgin Islands were probably British. I must look at this, right? They were probably a Mexican or Spanish even. Now, next time on Around the World Today, we'll be heading to the South Atlantic to visit Tristan da Cunha, one of the most remote inhabited islands on Earth. We will be looking at life on an isolated island, how its people maintain their way of life in such a unique environment. I'm Terry Davies, and you've been listening to Around the World Today. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review, and see you next time. Thank you for listening to Around the World Today.
has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.